My challenge today is not about the good people of Arizona.
And we'll stand in recess until the call of the chair.
We'll pause.
Protesters are in the building.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, can I have order in the chamber?
The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Okay.
You're about to learn what really happened at the Capitol on January 6th. You're about to learn who really triggered the crisis that unfolded. But first, I'm going to show you footage shot by a reported member of Portland Antifa of a black member of the Capitol Police shooting and killing a white woman. Do I think that that black police officer killed that white woman because she was white? No, I don't. Do I think that police officers killed George Floyd because he was black? No. They were in a bad situation, and I understand the Capitol Police were scared. But still, this poor lady that died is a human. And coming up, we're going to tell you her name and what really happened and who is really to blame for her death.
Get down! Back up! Back up now! Back up! Let us take you out to go back!
To break down what really happened here, we know there's massive election fraud. The evidence has come out. It was mounting. We wanted Ted Cruz and others to call for a 10-day emergency audit to be able to show the evidence that's been garnered. Now, because of what unfolded in the Capitol yesterday, that's all been swept aside, and Joe Biden is set to be installed again as the 46th president. But I wanted to lay out from my perspective what really unfolded. Going back 3 weeks ago, Trump had heard we were planning to have a rally on the 6th. He said, I will be attending. Within a week of that, no major groups stepped up to pay the $100,000 just to secure the permit and the grounds. Then once we raised that money and got the permit, in came other groups and organizations that actually had permits at the Ellipse, and Trump, it turned out, wanted to have the event there. So he basically took over our event. We also put the money down for that. So when you talk about the event, the organization, the only reason I'm telling you that is that's how I had the inside scoop of what was happening. I was told about 3 days before January 6th that President Trump wants you, Alex Jones, to lead the march. Now, why is that important? As soon as he was in the middle of his speech, he told us he was going to then say, please march peacefully, all the hundreds of thousands, if not a million people outside the event who couldn't get in, to the Capitol as an exercise of the First Amendment. And I was told by the White House, explain this is peaceful and be respectful of the Capitol Police and others, as Trump always is, pro-law enforcement and pro-rule of law. And so sure enough, 30 minutes before Trump ends his speech, here comes the Secret Service. They wave me over. I go behind the stage. I go back. Secret Service opens up the area. The police are all waiting right there. And we get our bullhorn. But already, the million people, I mean, it was a million, that couldn't get in to the small enclosure of like 50,000 where Trump was speaking on the Ellipse, they had already begun going for hours. And you could estimate when I got there 100,000, 200,000, I don't know. So I'm marching down Pennsylvania Avenue waiting for Trump to get there because he said he was going to come in his motorcade and speak. We'd gotten the stage set up there as well, had that ready, had porta potties, and paid for it all. And then boom, we hear they're breaking in to the Capitol and Trump's not going to come now. And so we're looking at our phones, we're marching, and we look down side streets and all the side streets have people marching too. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a million people. We get there, it's already, again, 100,000, 200,000, I don't know. It's a huge mass of people. They're surrounding the Capitol, they're chanting, and I see flashbangs going off, and tear gas, and flares shooting up, you know, that are like emergency signals to police. And I go, what's going on? And it's online. They've stormed, they've gone to the Capitol. So I climb up on a big pallet of chairs for the inauguration things get set up. And I'm like, turn around, don't do it. We have this side of the stage. Come over here. Come over here. We show you that footage in a moment. But my bullhorn only went 100 yards. This went on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards all around the Capitol. So a lot of people, maybe 10, 20,000, go with me around. And the stage that had been set up the night before we paid for was gone. So these are pieces all of us can put together. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but something was going on. So now we're there. There's no stage. We had been paid for. It was set up. We had the stage, and then I look, and the Capitol Police are coming over to us. We've got all this on body cam footage. We're trying to pull it off now, and they're like, "You know what's going on?" And we said to them, "Well, yeah, we're here to have the Trump event, the peaceful event." So I tried to lead the crowd from this side over here so they wouldn't keep going into the Capitol. He said they already breached this side too. And I look at probably 20,000, 30,000, whatever it was, massing, going up the stairs. They were already in the Capitol that way. And I said, I want to go up there and try to turn them around and stop them, but I don't want to get involved in a riot. I want permission from your superior to go up there and try to lead them out of this. They said, okay. It took about 10 minutes. Now there's like 50,000 people on this other side. And cops come over. We're trying to find some of the footage for you, but it's mainly on body cam that are off-duty cops we have. They come over and say, yeah, go ahead, go up there. I go up there, I say, please, listen to me. This is going to mess up the vote. It's not good. We're not the left. We're not Antifa. We're not BLM. Please come down. It was just total bedlam. They couldn't hear me. Again, about 5,000, 10,000 people follow me out away, and I just look at this, and I hear they've declared basically martial law, come up at 6. I see the helicopters. I see guys with their assault weapons piling out of cars. And I just said to the crowd, I said, go tell everybody, get out of here. I told about 10,000 people, just tell everybody, get out, get out. This is some kind of setup. I'm going to find out what happened. I went to a rooftop where the media was at. We already rented a little space so we could get a shot of the Capitol. You've seen us do a lot of those shots up there. We've been in D.C. a lot during the election. We go up there and we see this incredible scene down below, and flashbangs and pepper spray and pepper balls being fired. We hope it's pepper balls, like pop, 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 pop. You know, sounds like guns, but that's probably pepper balls they were saying. And then I hear a woman has been shot. And I'm, oh no, that's terrible. Later, she's been killed. And of course, now we learn it's 4 dead and people in critical condition. So then to see the media spin it that it's the new Pearl Harbor, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. No, the globalists attacked America. The globalists took over. And they've been pushing and deindustrializing us and funding BLM and Antifa to burn cities and shoot cops and take over schools and have their own autonomous zones. And when they go in with their own guns and take over autonomous zones, whole city blocks, or larger than blocks, 4, 5, 6 blocks, oh, it's loving, it's good, it's sweet, it's mostly peaceful, with burning apartment buildings behind them. Whether it's Kenosha, Wisconsin, or whether it's Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, Washington. And so I then looked at all the videos and talked to people that were there and interviewed them last night. And we did live feeds from that rooftop with witnesses that had the footage. When they showed up, there were about 30,000 people there before Trump was even speaking. Riot police came out, not very many of them, 30, 40, 50 maybe. And then as soon as people thought the stage must be for Trump, he said, I'll meet you there, they put up a little green fence about 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall. So a few people went over it, and the cops rushed them with their batons and hit them. Well, that then made the patriots, who don't back down, surge over, and then everything was out of control. And we saw key groups with black elbow pads and knee pads, Antifa-ish, with masks on. The patriots weren't wearing masks, mainly, as you know, because we know it's mainly a hoax, an overblown hoax. And Antifa, I remembered, had said, we're going to be 1,000 strong, but we're going to dress like the patriots. We're going to wear their gear, but you can still tell because they wear the battle gear, the elbow pads and knee pads. And so they were like, let's get them, it's time. And once they'd gotten the riot police to come and push people back and attack them, then Antifa, it looks like, said, let's go, let's attack. We know Antifa was inside the building. So then they go in and they force their way through, and it looks like that the police stood down because they understood it was a giant crowd by then of 50,000, 100,000. I'm not sure because I wasn't there yet. It was once I got there. And so however it happened, that then unfolded, and that was a terrible thing and a bad thing and the last thing we wanted. Because again, Trump's people said, talk about peace, which you see when I'm marching, folks. Talk about justice. Talk about America coming together. And so that was always Trump's intent. It wasn't Trump's intent. Trump's not stupid. Storming the Capitol hurt our cause. Didn't help it. So is it a tragedy of errors? A comedy of errors? A little bit, but no. Antifa said they'd be there. They said they'd Pprovocateurs. It looks like it was them. We have the footage where they got the mask on and they're doing their classic tactics. We talked to a lot of witnesses that were there that said, there were combat veterans and others that said they then fled. Once they got the main group to start going, Antifa had done their job. And they're expert provocateurs, as we got those documents a few years ago, trying to get black folks to riot. So basically, where they weren't really successful in a lot of cases to get black folks to riot, they were successful in getting white folks and black folks and others that were there when they got attacked to push back. And you see the mainstream media lies. Like, oh, Jones was there. It's his fault. It's Trump's fault. I was there to lead a peaceful demonstration, something that's the First Amendment I believe in. It hurt our cause that this got out of control and happened. But the bigger issue is, why were there, the video I've seen looks like 20, but I'm going to say there were more. 50, 100 riot police for potentially 1 million people coming? And again, by the time I got there, almost no police. I'm like, where are the police? And then I looked up on the side of the Capitol. There was a thin line of police there, thin line of police there. I tried to lead the crowd over and try to get the police to go with me to try to, disperse. They said, you're welcome if you want to try it. And I guess they were right. I didn't have any success. Had a little bit of success, I guess. So we're going to show you the footage of what really happened with me. It's not about, oh, I'm defending myself. It's about America defending itself. It's about, we came here, the election was stolen. We've had all these peaceful Trump rallies. It's the left that's violent. And 𝚙𝚾𝚄𝚁 saying it's Pearl Harbor, like the Japanese attacked, and they're these war heroes, when it's 4 American patriots that came here for election integrity who were dead. And the left's celebrating their death online. They're the ones that have lost their lives, not 𝚙𝚾𝚄𝚗. So to compare American patriots worried about this election, worried about 𝚅𝚾 Joe, pedophile Joe, creepy Joe, to compare us to the Japanese Imperial Air Force is out of control and is evil. But it just shows who they are. It's Chuck E. Schumer and the left that want to end this country. They're the globalists that say no borders, no walls, no USA at all. They're the globalists that want to get rid of nation states and get rid of the family and get rid of all laws governing corporations so they can have clones and 5G and GMO and all the rest of their trash. And so I just want to warn the system. And when we come back after these clips, I'm going to show you, I am going to warn the system about how history really works and the fact that they cannot defeat the reality of problem, reaction, solution. They cannot defeat the reality of Newtonian physics.
Let's go take our country back! Trump's only minutes away! Let's start marching to the Capitol! Peacefully! Notice, like Don Jr. said, we're not burning buildings down or shooting cops. We're building America up! We're here to take our rightful country back peacefully! Because we're not globalist Antifa criminals! So let's start marching, and I salute you all! USA! 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 Listen to me. We've got a permit on the other side. It's great that this happened, but the Trump's not going to come when we've taken this over. We're not Antifa. We're not BLM. You're amazing. I love you. Let's march around to the other side. And let's not fight the police and give the system what they want. We are peaceful. We won this election. And as much as I love seeing the Trump flags flying over this, we need to not have the confrontation with the police. They're going to make that the story. I'm going to march to the other side where we have a stage where we can speak and occupy peacefully. Tell everybody behind you, march to the other side. March to the other side. You guys are better. You guys are great. But the police, provocateurs have caused a problem, and the police are throwing flashbangs. We don't want to have a Kent State here. So, I love you. We're saving the Republic. This is beautiful. But please tell everyone you know, march to the other side. March.
Start to make a path for us back there.
We're going to march. Trump is going to speak over here. Trump is coming on the other side. So march with us. Go slow. Come off the stands. Tell people behind you. Come off the stands. Everybody listen to me. Trump's over here. Trump's over here. Trump's coming. Come to the other side.